Okay, guys, here we are in the finals game, and incidentally, I'm up against Will again. And if you'll remember from day one, game number three, I played against Will, made that terrible mistake where I actually had the Widowmakers on the field when they were supposed to be substituted out for the Iron and Holt unit, and did win that game very convincingly without really needing either of those two units. Did talk to Will about that, obviously, as I said, and Will did very well. I mean, that time that I beat him yesterday was the only loss that he suffered throughout the entire tournament. Played very well, even beat Mike Snook, which was great, and for him that is. And playing each other again, he knows that if I play Sorsha and if he plays Krios, then chances are the game's going to work out exactly the same, even though I'm playing the list correctly this time. I know that if I play Vlad and he decides to switch up for eFeora, thinking I'm going to be playing Sorsha, then the Vlad list may not even do that well against his Vanquishers, which are going to be blasting me every single turn. Really good threat range on them. Decided to play Sorsha again because it's close quarters. I think my Colossal might like the terrain set up in the scenario, but it's still going to be difficult. The Colossal can move in there and kill one or two jacks on the charge, and I do have a lot of things which can disrupt his jacks, like Iris, like Gorman, like I can also use Iron and Holt to get in there and drop the armor and feet, and got the Great Bears. So if I play this well enough, I should still be able to beat the eFeora list. And here we are. So he's got eFeora and Iris on the right hand side with the jacks moving up the middle, and the what are they called? The Temple Flame Guard. No UA on them, so they will just be getting in the way for a while. Next photo, just as you can see, he's gone first. He's moved up as fast as he can with escort. Really wanted to get into the midfield and start shooting me with his Vanquisher guns and Vassal as fast as he can. Whereas I'm going to have to clear out the screen of TFG first, and then find a way to actually attack his jacks without losing my Colossal, because one jack with Ignite and a Vassal and so on is going to really do a lot of damage. Next photo, I've moved up here by running or charging with the Colossal under Bounding Charge, and running up with the Winter Guard with Iron Flesh, and Great Bear's trying to take the flank here. Not the strongest position, really. I've kept Iris back a bit, don't want to lose her too early on because she's pretty crucial. Gorman, luckily, not susceptible to fire damage from the Vanquishers, but I'm a bit worried here that my Conquest is just going to get shot every turn by two Vanquisher guns plus a third shot from the Vassal, and if I do commit him, that Templar is just going to wreck me, either that or the Avatar. Also, he is able to disrupt me, well, not disrupt me, stop me from getting focus from Iris, so she's going to be one of my first targets here. Next image, he's taken turn 2 and run with the Temple Flame Guard, and using his Vanquishers to fire at the Winter Guard, getting some kills here. Probably had about 4 tough rolls to make, but didn't make any of them, unfortunately. And he's moved up with Iris as well to shoot one of them. So, unfortunately, not the nicest position. And he's positioned his jacks very well, so that if I do run over there and engage the Templar, he's going to get to attack me with just about everything else. So next image, my retaliation here, moving in with Conquest and just about everybody else, Iron Holt, my own Iris, and shooting at all the guns here, wiping out most of the Temple Flame Guard. They are immune to command checks thanks to eFeora being nearby. And probably the best play of this turn is moving up with the Winter Guard Rocketeer, whips out his spray gun, and with the boosted attack rolls from Joe, sprays Iris and manages to get the dice required to kill her. So that's a big, headache relieved. And because of the threat ranges here, he's not going to be able to charge Conquest through, sorry, not the Conquest, the Avatar through that terrain piece. Vanquishers too far away, and the, the Templar also too far away from me, so it could be a bit of a shooting war very soon, but if I can get my support pieces into position, I might be able to gain the edge. But he is going to have a chance to move in a score with eFeora very shortly. So next photo, really just looking at the table here. This is still the end of my turn. I've got tough on the Winter Guard. It's not making any difference because I'm not passing any tough rolls, and the Great Bear's moving around the flank. Oh, excuse me. Bit of a sneeze there. Okay, so again, moving in with the Temple Flame Guard, getting in the way. That should be pretty easy if I activate the Winter Guard first, cracking off some shots. This will be an opportunity for me to kill some of the Choir as well, and he may well have some of his guys in range very soon for the Conquest, but we're going to have to wait and see what he does. The next photo, he indeed moves around here with the Vanquishers. eFeora is in close with the flag here, scoring 1 point. The bad thing about the situation for me is that if I just wait and get into better position with the solos and shoot at him for a while, means that he's going to keep scoring points and I'm going to be in danger of losing on scenario, so I'm going to have to do something pretty fast, but he's running out of guys to screen his jacks with. Next photo, I do make the crucial play here, which is to move up the Winter Guard, clear out the rest of the Frame Guard, and then put Boundless Charge on with Sorcerer and load up the Conquest with 4 Focus. He does charge the first Vanquisher and annihilates it, and although the picture obscures it, you can actually know that on the other side of the Conquest, the bulk of his actual model is actually obscuring the picture, but there is a live Vanquish on the other side of it, which I didn't quite kill. Probably a better move would have been to move around and feat with Sorcerer. And just thinking back, that would have been a much better idea, because that way I would have killed both jacks, so I'd only have a Templar to attack me with, and Sorcerer would still be safe because he hasn't got any guns left at this point. And Gorman running in quite close there so that he can Black Oil next turn, Iris getting in a bit closer as well, and crucially the Great Bears all running so that they're engaging the Avatar, so if the Avatar rolls 4 focus and goes over to attack the Conquest, he'll take 3 free strikes from the Great Bears, which may incapacitate his sword or outright kill him. Next photo, as you can see here, there is a Vanquisher left alive behind the Conquest. I didn't play this too well. What I should have done is allocated my attacks in such a way that after I'd killed the combat weapon on each jack, I just alternate between them, and maybe even left them both alive. But if they'd lost their weapons each time, then I wouldn't have suffered so much here. So naturally, eFeora upkeeps Ignite on the Templar, gives him 4 focus. He walks up and kills about 2/3 of my damage boxes. The Vanquisher activates, unfortunately still has his arm and hurts me again, and the Vassal moves around to force another attack on the Conquest, which does trash it. So the bad thing about the situation is that eFeora does score another point, and the Avatar is able to kill the Great Bears instead of having to go and take free strikes. Next photo, you can see what a bad predicament I'm in. The Conquest is destroyed, the Avatar has wiped out the Great Bears, and he still has 3 jacks operational. The Templar is frozen though, because he was first to attack the Conquest and didn't outright kill it. As you can see here though, eFeora is next to the objective. She is in a wreck marker, which is the Vanquisher, but she's got no focus, and also Gorman's in range. So if you look at this photo very carefully, Sorcerer's on max focus, she can move up and feat, Gorman can blind eFeora, Iris can shoot eFeora, Ironholt can move up and shoot eFeora, and this could be quite an easy assassination. But let me talk you through the correct way to play this. You can see all the models on the table. So, first thing is those 2 Winter Guard men on the left hand side in front of the wreck marker stand still, CRA the Temple Flame Guard, who is currently frozen, and kill him outright if they hit him, because it's power 14. He's not shield walled. Second thing to do is to move Gorman over towards eFeora. He's going to be within 4 inches of eFeora, so if he throws and misses with Black Oil, he's still going to hit her mathematically regardless. That's the second thing you do in this situation. Third thing you do is move in with Iris and shoot eFeora so that she loses escort and is not getting the +2 armor from being next to the Templar, and score, take a point off her at the same time. She's defense 15 because she's 15 base, goes +4 for the wreck, -4 for Black Oil, so 15. Iris needs 6 to hit. Next, Iona and Holt should activate and drop eFeora's armor if Iona can hit her on a 7. 7's not too bad odds. It's probably something like 55% chance of getting her. Pretty reasonable. And even if she misses, eFeora's still only on armor 17. Holt can fire it twice at her at dice -5 or even dice -3 and do a fair bit of damage on her. And the next activation has to be Wishnailer, because you want to get Razorwind in there. So Wishnailer moves over, gives the Cider Boost to Sorcerer. Now Sorcerer has to get in range here by moving up 6 and then cycloning for another 6 and getting within 10. So once she's within 10 or 8 or whatever she needs, she feats at that point, and she's got 4 focus left for the Razorwind, 2 for Razorwind, 1 to boost a hit, 1 to boost damage, and of course with Arcane Secrets she's doing a Cider Boost to hit. She's focus 6 against 15, so she needs a 9. 9 on 3 dice with the Cider Boost is very likely to hit, and assuming Iris hit her, needing a 6. Sorcerer's basically going there at dice -5 with the boosted Cider Boost. If Iona was lucky enough to drop her armor by 2 as well, it's dice -3. So a boosted Cider boosted Razorwind should kill eFeora in this situation. But unfortunately, I kind of panicked here and screwed everything up. What actually happened is that I did activate the Winter Guard and Gorman first correctly, then I went in with eFeora and feated, and I tried to get off a quad iron shot and missed. Razorwind didn't do enough damage. Did Iron and Holt next to both connect with all three of their attacks, but of course, eFeora still had escort, and I left it on 5 or 6 boxes in the end. So totally misplayed that. But if you go to the next photo, my opponent also panicking. We're both in the final, both a bit nervous here, and my opponent forgets to allocate his focus to his Vanquisher and to his Templar, which didn't shake stationary, and Sorsha's just sitting over there. But what happens is that the Vanquisher stands still, and even though he's got no focus, the Choir have helped him out, and he just rolls the straight dice to hit Sorsha, damaging her, and the Vanquisher moves over and he rolls like a double six to hit me again and just kills me. So I lose the game, lose the finals match, come second in the tournament, and Will comes first. Just a few comments wrapping up the tournament. So number one, I wronged Will first day by accidentally cheating and purely unintentional, had too many points on my list. The finals game, we had a rematch. I didn't make that same mistake, but I made a different mistake and lost the game because Will played reasonably well. And I think he deserved it. He only lost one game through the whole tournament. I only lost one game, but he won where it counts. Second important point is that me and Will have played 4 games so far. I've won 3 of them. He's won 1 of them, and that was this one. At Ides of March, which was a very important tournament earlier this year, I played a game against him which, my avatar was attacked by his Vanquisher and survived, and he killed Fiora. Didn't deserve it. Got very lucky in that game, and I think that Will deserved to get a little bit lucky here as well. Ironically, the Vanquisher that ended up killing Fiora happened to be the one that got the really bad dice rolls against my avatar and allowed me to win. So ironically, the same Vanquisher made a comeback and redeemed himself, so to speak, by rolling great dice to kill my caster here. But finally, good tournament. Enjoyed myself. I feel like I played very well overall, and I played some very good lists. My list building techniques improved a lot, and if I was to have a rematch against Will, if I was to play another tournament of this kind, I'd feel very confident about my chances. So I'm feeling very good. Mistakes happened. The cheating that went on this tournament was unintentional, therefore it is not really cheating. I told my opponents about what happened, and lesson learned. I will do better to fix those things in future. And there will be more smaller tournaments coming up this year, which I will go to, will commentate on, and I sincerely hope that you guys continue to follow it and continue supporting. Thanks very much.